Hi, Professor Snow. I'm Twyla Hernandez, and I've chosen to debunk the myth of the differences between the male and female brain in regards to learning. It's always been said that males and females are different. While it is a fact that the two sexes' brains function differently, there's no research to suggest that we learn any differently. In the article titled Debunking the Gender Brain Myth, Cordelia Fine states that although there are average differences, boys and girls are far more similar than they are different. She blames popular or pop science presentations for giving false information and notes problematic conclusions with suggesting that neuroscience is fueling the different teaching methods for males and females. She states that the claims being made on isolating the brain have not been reproduced and sometimes are wrong altogether. For example, she says, the female brain supposedly is interconnected with the right and left sides, making it easier for women to learn language, for women to multitask, and for women to communicate emotion. And males, who are supposedly less connected, are lacking in those areas but are focused and analytic. I find this silly personally because I am far more analytical than anyone I know, and this is the 8th time I have stopped and re-recorded just this past minute and a half. The fact that most of this research fueling these popular myths or stereotypes, the fact is that it's hurting classroom teachers, and the differences that are present between the genders is so minute that they hold no educational value. Being a classroom teacher and constantly finding ways to better my teaching methods and making sure that each child is getting what they need, I find this disturbing, because if I'm not being given the proper data, then how am I supposed to make sure that each person in my room is getting what they need, male or female? I think in regards to professional development and continuing education, we're fed whatever hot new program is available. If someone gets a great deal on a program, then we're given the professional development and hyped up of the product the first day, only to find the holes in it months later after using it. Hook and Farah noted that some respondents expressed awareness of the allure of neuroscience and its marketing power. This is very cynical, yes, but there's truth to it. It's been in my experience that those who ask the system why we're using this and why it's beneficial, we're troublemakers. So you do what the district asks and you move on. Since education and the brain are linked, we should be learning neuroscience at the undergraduate level, I believe. Our teacher programs tend to become busy work. Most of what I've learned about teaching didn't come from the book. Yes, we learn about Piaget, Gillian, Kohlberg, and all these other great minds, but I don't remember one class about neuroscience. I think we should be taking a more scientific approach to education instead of solely depending on cognitive psychology. What's troubling to me is I've been teaching for 6 years now, and I can't even remember one single professional development class that put emphasis on neuroscience. Since reading the articles, I've actually been questioning my own teaching style, and I've realized that there are several areas that I need to reevaluate. During my undergraduate years, I only took one class that actually dealt with the SPED component of education. It was once a week, and it was for 3 hours at a time. Now, I don't think that's near enough training to deal with today's classroom and what we have to face on a day-to-day basis. But I appreciated how the brain disorders were brought up in the readings. And teachers are like, yeah, if I understood what was going on in their brains, then that would help me understand how to help that child, especially kids that have autism and learning disabilities and things of this nature. If we don't know exactly what's going on in their brain, how are we going to help them effectively?